All right. Ooh. Greetings, everyone. Joey here again from Darkblock. We're doing another awesome live stream. I am chilling in Marina del Rey in California. You can see hotel. I've had to hide, my mess so I look a little bit professional. Hair's kind of bad. Let me bring up onto the stage. Hold on. Using a new tool today. All right. We've got Dom. Dom,
Hello.
everybody can see you and hear you. Hey, man.
Nice to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
I'm excited to know more about you, and we'll get into the fun things you're doing with Darkblock, stuff that we didn't even think about, and yeah, it's great. All right, so Dom, who are you? Where are you at in the world, if you're allowed to say?
Yeah, sure thing. So I'm based in Munich, Germany, the city of Oktoberfest and the best beer of the world. And yeah, we usually, like in my normal day life, I'm a UX designer, creative technologist, whatever you want to call it. Lots of terms for, in the end, the similar stuff. And we founded an agency. So before I was self-employed, and before that I was employed in a marketing agency. But now, when we're actually, today is our company anniversary of 1 year. So cheers to that.
Congratulations. Yeah.
And yeah, so the company is called Craft Clarity, and there we are doing, we call it entrepreneurship as a service. It is quite open, open framed. But the core idea is, yes, exactly. That's the side. The core idea is, we have a certain expertise, different people from different sectors, be it like myself, UX design, but also development, where we can do like front end, back end. Our developer did some AI, but also blockchain development. And then the business side, business strategy, all that. So, like the whole package in the end. And yeah, that's there we have about 50% of our clients are Web3. So working on a big Solana project, we helped UNICEF to launch their NFT project, like Petra Kingdoms, doing some good, and so yeah, it's a range, but we also are in traditional clients, traditional projects.
Amazing. First off, Munich at Christmas, that's heaven. Some Glühwein, the Chris Kindle Smart, like
all
that is the definition of Christmas. You said it was snowing. You got the real Christmas tree in the back there. Like, you are doing it, man. You're a postcard. Your company, very interesting, right? So kind of an agency maybe feel, but like a Web3-ish agency. I find customers don't know exactly what they want, and you kind of have to educate and hold hands. And then there's the technology, which is bananas, that they have to overcome. Do you have a wallet? No. Like, okay. Why do you want to do NFTs?
What's a metaverse? How many are there?
Right. What education, it was really, there's always like a VP of marketing that next year it's all about Web3. And it's like, well, how do we get there? So like your kind of agency's role to hold people's hand and
and it's but it's definitely not limited to Web3. I think like we are really good at understanding markets, understanding the technology. So before the whole Web3, I went deep down the rabbit hole of voice interfaces. Like, how do you talk to an assistant? What's the design of a whatever you have, like no matter if it's Google, Apple, Amazon, or whatever. Somebody needs to think about how do they reply? Are they funny? What do they understand? What are 100 ways to set an alarm? Like it's and the machine learning in the end has to understand it. So like I went deep down there, worked on a big project there, and then Web3 came around. Always been impressed by AI. I think like that is the biggest hype for like now a week with ChatGPT, where I'm saying like, well, GPT-3 was there before. Now it's more conversational and interesting and easier to access. But yeah, now everyone is coming around and is like, oh, AI will change everything. And I'm like, yeah, it's like already influencing so much we don't even know about. So yeah, but it's like coming back to the agency, it's just understanding technology, knowing where does it make sense to apply which technology, helping them with an entrepreneurial mindset and finding the best solution. And that doesn't have to be Web3, but of course, like we do have definitely a certain skill set there.
I'm going to bring it back to AI. I last night I'm in a hotel in California. I was at the bar. Beer number 2. I started to get a little bit chatty with complete strangers, and I met this this doctor, some very impressive doctor, and I was telling him about kind of Chat GPT and what's going on. And there's always a concern. People initially think that, oh, my job's going to be replaced. The robots are going to take my job. Nope. This is just another tool that if you're an expert in the space and you can help, some of the busy work that you have to do. So I showed him, there was a doctor on TikTok or Twitter, and he wanted to do an insurance form, and you have to word the insurance forms in a right way so that a scan can be done, whatever, so that it can be paid for. And this doctor showed how Chat GPT just writes the letters to the insurance, like, with a prompt. So that saved, half an hour of that doctor's time or his assistant's time or whatever. Got the patient, a rapid scan so to find out what's wrong. Like these AI things aren't going to take your jobs. It's going to make all that crap that we have to do as part of our job. It's going to make it easier. Like what a time to be alive, my friend. All right, Dom.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys, can we talk about your crazy Darkblock project? Like it's just hilarious.
Sure thing. What do you mean? Darkblock?
Well, here I want to show a picture. I have a question. I know I'm being not very professional, but that's just kind of my thing as well. This is you guys, or I don't know if this is you guys, but this is a character. She's kind of Yoda. She's kind of a librarian.
Yeah.
She makes me feel funny inside. Like I'm kind of into her, and I don't know if I should be. Like, do I like the Yoda people? Like, what's the creation of this avatar? Like, where did this all come from?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a funny description. But yes, so it's AI generated, right? The visual with Midjourney. But let me start at the beginning. This project, Vatessia the Historian, is based, I'm always saying like it's fan fiction or like meta lore inside an existing world of a big NFT project, which is Fluff World. And like they minted August last year, and I am the biggest fan and maximalist of them and the whole system they're building. So they're working. It's called Futureverse, and Futureverse will, it's a whole ecosystem of projects.
Okay.
And one project, they are the NFT collection is not out yet, but it was called Goblin Town actually, and then the other Goblin Town came around, and there then was a certain conflict of interest, so they renamed it to Gods and Goblins. Gods and Goblins is also set inside Fluff World, Futureverse, like the lore and the IP they're building with all these collections. Like there's a whole background story for that. I don't think I should go too deep into that. That's up to everyone to explore. Sure. It definitely has several layers. And because I'm such a big fan of, the whole lore, the whole project, I created this fictional character where we know that the Gods and Goblins, like I said, there's no avatar PFP collection out there yet. But we know a little bit of the background story. And based on that little knowledge, I said, why not create a fictional character all powered by AI, actually. So that's like also like we talked about earlier of the impact of AI. I explored this with this character where all visuals were generated with Midjourney. All texts were created with GPT-3. and that was a few months back. And I didn't have a goal with that. I didn't have like, I am going to do another metaverse or, like a game or anything. It was just having fun and exploring the technology, understanding the AI. How do I need to prompt? How do like what's the changes through the different algorithms, and playing around. And then I also had a Discord, just for also exchanging with community members, because I said, let's give them this fictional character, this historian. Let's try to always stay in character. And then what does like a librarian, a historian do? Like, they are scholars, or I call them in the beginning disciples. And everyone who wanted to become a Vatessian disciple had to apply and be like, I vouch for, being part of the Goblin group. So yeah, that's what I did. And then I had like initial, I think it was 15 to 20 people. And with these people, I was exploring different opportunities, chatting, and then I came up with the idea of a bigger lore project, and thought about an NFT advent calendar. That's what we now worked, like where we use Darkblock to unlock the content, and that was some time back. And then I explored it and thought about, okay, how could we do it? And while I was still creating everything with GPT-3 and Midjourney, I got approached by someone who is a professional story writer, knows like a voice actor, and the story writer network. That's they are called Olam Productions. I hope I'm saying the name right. It's like they Irish and Gaelic roots, and they explore the whole Gaelic lore, like the actual real life myths and past of like the Gaelic stories. And he said, like, do you need any help, with storytelling? And he didn't even know about the advent calendar, nothing. And I was like, well, I'm working with AI and it's all good, but yeah, maybe. And then like once they sent over the first draft, like I shared, okay, advent calendar, this is the initial story. And I didn't know what to expect. And I got it. And I was like, okay, AI is nice. But in the end, the human touch was like just 10x, 100x in quality. So I said, okay, let's do this. And yeah, that's how the advent calendar came to fruition, which is now story written, completely like handwritten, voice, actual human voice, professional produced in an audio recording studio, hand-drawn illustrations, not AI generated. And yeah, that's a funny twist on how everything started with AI, but in the end, the human touch was just better.
That's so you've got this NFT.
Yep.
Right. 2 more days for the sale.
No, that's actually secondary. I don't think we sold any on secondary yet, because the mint is still open. So if you go on Vatessia.com, you will still find the mint links. So it is still open. We extended it till Christmas.
Where I go? And I spelled it wrong. Forgive me.
And yes, exactly. So there, if you scroll down a little bit, you can find the 3 editions we have. One is a limited edition that was a free mint for everyone that joined like super early, and also for fluffs like from that collection with a Santa's hat or the Grinch fur. Like that's part of the collection of these rabbits, these 3D animated rabbits. They would get a free mint because every trade counts, right? Then there were a range of partner collections which did qualify for the 0.04 mint and the final edition, the 0.08 ETH. Like all of them are still open. If you qualify for the special edition, you're lucky. And then there's the final edition. We call that utility is similar. Like all get access to the same content. It's just like which price you have, and in the end we'll see if there's differences in utility, but you can still mint it. And if you go maybe on the final edition on the mint side, we worked like yes there on doesn't matter which one, but yes. So there we mint through Manifold. We use there also their framework, like no custom contracts, so no worries that there is anything fancy hidden. It's the official Manifold contract. They provide a really cool framework, and we used that. And so that's the first part of how to get the NFT.
Amazing, beautiful. You like randomly found this storyteller, like if you the guy in Ireland or the
So
I mean, have you
so Matt approached me. He was actually one of the first Vatessia disciples, so out of the community. He was like, yo, I saw your project, I'm part of the disciples, and let's do something. And that's and he then he knew another one like who's the professional writer and voice actor, and now we have like this Irish audio. Actually, all of it is written in poetry, so it's not like just a story. All of it is like rhyming, and it's 20-minute content, like audio content of poetry rhyming with an Irish accent.
Oh, we had a Twitter space earlier in the week with this artist named Griff Crypto. That might be his Twitter, and he's Irish, and his like the guy could read anything, right? He just sounds so freaking cool, at least to my American ear, maybe your German ear. Just the voice just has such a it's like silk. It's just amazing. All right, so I love that you call people who buy the NFT the disciples. Like you've got this whole universe. You're just kind of
and anyone who was a disciple in the beginning is now in the Vatessian Council. So like everything. And I regularly ask them and be like, okay, that's an idea I have, like always including the community. And actually also fun part there when I was coming up and talking about, okay, I want to do this story and it's about Goblin and it's an advent calendar. Someone from the community came up with the name of Snotwart. And Snotwart Who Steals Christmas. And then actually it is a completely like community driven story where of course I had my influence on the story, but the name someone from the initial disciples and council came up with that name of Snotwart Steals Christmas, and maybe also covering talking about the cover. Like on the right you can see Snotwart and you can see the snot dripping out of his nose, like that's his maybe some might call it flaw, but definitely like the fun part here. And on the left you can see the fluff, which is the rabbit from the collection, and Snotwart is trying to steal Santa's hat in this unlockable Christmas story.
I mean, what creative people that just kind of get together and they decide to double down and they just do, we're going to go make this weird universe. And every time people do it, we've had a lot of creators that we've been able to talk to because of Darkblock in my day job. Like I get so giddy and happy that you guys just express yourselves, and then and then it's a commerce thing, but it's also more than that. Like commerce is just kind of simple. That you're creating something that lasts. Okay. Oh, Dom, I love this. I love just all these crazy ideas, and then you run with it. Like let's just go do it. All right, so here I'm connected in my wallet on the Darkblock side. We have an NFT, Snotwart Steals Christmas NFT. The guy I was telling you about, the Irish artist, he drew this thing.
Oh, nice.
And the guy he's a god. Like he's just amazing. Like holy crap! If I had any talent, wouldn't that be great? But yeah, so he puts time lapse videos of him drawing these things and high res print, and we're just like, the thing I like about the Darkblock side, like we don't care like what the type content is, right? It's just that we're giving you this ability to add more value to this NFT project. It's not just a cartoon monkey and a smart contract. So let's. Am I allowed to open up
before we go into our content? Because of course I shared this interview here also with lots of friends. So maybe you can do like a little introduction to Darkblock, how it works. Maybe go in there a little bit.
You hear that, boss? Yeah, like you're gonna get me a pay raise. Thank you. So Darkblock, the whole idea of Darkblock, the company was started a year ago, a year and a little bit. The founders, a guy named Chris Saline. He's in Washington, D.C. He's smarter than I'll ever be. Great human being. He has some co-founders. He's got his cousin, who's a very creative guy who runs an agency, and then 3 guys from Iceland who are also co-founders, Dari, Ragi, and Ari. And I'm an old man, and I had never met a person from Iceland, and now every day I work with 3 guys from Iceland, and just amazing human beings. They're more American or pop culture savvy than I am. Like, it's so funny. Like, my God, the world is amazing. So the story of Darkblock, they started the company, and the whole idea is you have these NFT collections, and there's no real solution to add unlockable content. And what unlockable content is, there's an OpenSea definition of unlockable content, and that's a link to an S3 bucket or a Google Drive. And the second you stop paying for your Google, that link breaks. And what the hell did I just buy with this NFT? Like, I want to own this NFT forever. If it's a worthy NFT, I want to hand it down to my kids. And the idea that links would break, it's just, what are we doing here? So our kind of take on unlockable content is the file is encrypted and stored in Arweave for 200 years. Arweave has their own decentralized storage story, and we leverage the hard work they've done. And our twist is the kind of the encryption layer, so that only an NFT owner can unlock and view the content. So nothing is right-click save. Even if you were able to find the file on chain in Arweave storage, you can't open it up unless you own the NFT. That's kind of what Darkblock does. We have all kinds of different creators. That's why I like talking to you, Dom. It's all about the remix. Everybody's experimenting. There's a lot of play going on. It's not boring business where if I create 10,000 widgets, I'm going to make $1 million. Like, no, you're not. The customers, the NFT collectors, they want more. They want story. They want value. They want to reward the creator. Like, I want you guys to do more projects, so I'm going to kind of invest in you and hope that you'll make enough money that you'll be able to quit your day job and do more fun stuff, because I want to support you. That's what I love about the NFT space. It's not the corporate, boring widget stuff. It's I'm a guy with an idea. I'm a lady with an idea. I don't want to work for the man. I don't want to work for Google. I want to express myself and try to make money. So Darkblock, unlockables, decentralized unlockables, essentially attachments associated with NFTs. And the future is about monetization for us. Like, that's where, people get excited. So the idea that if the value of the NFT is hidden in the Darkblock, the video, the art, the comic book, XYZ, you name it, we don't care what's in the Darkblock. But if the value of the NFT is in the Darkblock, can you just rent out the Darkblock? So I can't afford a CryptoPunk, but if there's a cartoon that comes with a CryptoPunk and I can rent it for $5 or $1 or 10 cents, I want to watch it. And the owner of that NFT then has a revenue stream. Other than staking it, they actually have a kind of an active community content consumption revenue stream. So that's what we're working on. Yeah, I talk too much. Dom, cool. This is your time. This is all about you, my friend.
No worries. Like, when I first heard about it, back in 2021, I did exactly the same with. I saw and I bought NFTs where there was a Google Drive link, no matter if it's variable or OpenSea, and I was like, okay, it's a Google Drive link. Like anytime this can be changed, blocked, deleted, and then what? And I was always stunned how this was promoted as unlockable content, but the only thing was a text link. And yeah, so I was definitely quickly Darkblock raised my interest when I heard about it. So, but yeah, let's go
we're building
into it.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we're and we're just we're builders. Like the input we get from creators, that's what we want to know. We want to know where to go next. We don't have a handle on that. We're making it up just like you, but we've got some good developers, good product people. All right, so this is your NFT, and what's the story on this?
Yes. So, as I said, it's an unlockable Christmas story. One might call it an advent calendar. As I said, there's 20 minutes of audio that is divided into 5 episodes of audio content. So each is about like 2.5, 3 minutes. And this is released on a weekly basis. So the first one was on 1st December, 7th, 14th, 21st, and then the final one on the 24th. And then there comes a hand-drawn illustration accompanying the story. So that means on the 1st December, we had the initial artwork. And then you could already hear like the whole first chapter, and all following days were then part of this first chapter still, right? So the second day of December would then be part of the first chapter. So you could follow the story then also in a visual way, piece by piece, day by day. And yeah, every week there's the audio. We also have added the text, so just in case you want to print it out and see and read it, so there's a PDF also attached for the audios. And also a little fun twist there, we added a coloring edition where you can print it out and illustrate it, like if you, no matter if you have kids or if you are just having fun illustrating, no matter if it's digital or physical, you could print it out or make it in a digital way. So yeah, that's like the content package.
It's brilliant. It's insane, and I mean that with every sense of awe, and I love it. Like it's hilarious, right? Like you make this comic book, or these comic book pages, almost coloring book pages. There's some guy with an incredible voice who's doing the story. Like you've created a universe in 15 days. You know what I mean? Like you guys have been working on it for a while, but delivering it like every day. I log in and I think like somebody just created 3 dark blocks and upgraded that NFT that we got 3 weeks ago. Like what a interesting kind of use case. Can I click anything? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Let's look at something. I don't know, like the maybe go to go to the 1st December.
1st of December.
And the main artwork. Yeah. So that's
right.
how we kicked it off. And also, as you can see from the file size, it's really high res. So you could even download it and, I don't know, put it on a canvas. So yeah, that's Snotwart, and the goblins are scheming and dreaming to steal Christmas. And you can see like the snow globe with the fluff in there. And maybe now go to the coloring edition, so people can see. So that is, and also like little background, as it's on RV, depending on the file size, it might take here and there a little longer. But here you can see that's the coloring edition, so people can now give it their own twist.
I love it, and even like one thing that most folks, I don't think they know. Like if you have a Darkblock, you click like the 3 little dots and then just download it. Yeah. So you actually don't have to use our viewer if you don't want. But oh God, I want to hear this guy's voice.
Can we stream the audio? That's perfect.
Christmas was coming. to the land Christmas loves.
Do you hear it? I don't know if you hear
The
it.
party bear people.
I do.
And the ones they call fluffs sipped peppermint chocolate from piping hot cups. And as for the snow, there was heaps of the stuff, piling in mountains and falling in puffs. But don't worry, they're furry. They don't mind the cold. It fills them with fun. They're a sight to behold. But goblins were scheming and dreaming of ways to ruin the biggest of Christmas's days.
All right, I'm not going to let people have this. They don't get it. You've got to go.
You gotta get it. Get the NFT.
You gotta go get it. What? And I mean, when my kids were little, we would watch like Polar Express. But if I had like 8-year-old kids and they're waiting for Santa, and that's a whole thing, you'd have a coloring book every day. Like, it's such a activity, and then you have a story at bedtime. I don't know if goblins. It's maybe nighttime, which I don't know. But I
depends
love
on the age, probably.
My kids are way old, but I just the idea that this is being created and delivered every day in real time, and it's just a team of geniuses who got together to do this is very exciting. In the States here, we have Elf on the Shelf. It's amazing. Like, we're here. So the next year, you can still, the secondary market at Christmas, this Advent calendar, like, this thing has another life again. Maybe there's more adventures. Maybe it doesn't have to be, right? Like, this story is going to be a complete story.
That's actually one part which we also wanted to focus on, to make it a instead of NFTs that promise something in a year and then there's something, we made the mint on it started on the 30th of November, and the next day you could unlock the story and you could have direct access. And we also wanted to make it into a comparability, a comparability of, okay, there are advent calendars out there which cost $50, $100, depending on which kind of advent calendar you're getting, and make it comparable so that people who see the NFT are like, okay, like that costs, depending on how much ETH is at and which edition you're getting, between $50 and $100, and you get immediate utility. You can use it. We don't, I hope nobody comes in and is like, when moon, but because it's about the direct utility. Get it, enjoy the story, have fun, connect with your kids, do drawing. If you don't have kids, still enjoy. You can, I think it's perfect for anyone. Lots of fun. Anyone likes a audiobook, and I think that whole to change a little bit how we see NFTs. It's not always about will this be at 10 ETH floor in 6 months, but rather, okay, I buy it, I get it, I enjoy it, I have fun. And maybe in the future there will be another drop where we will use this NFT for allow listing and stuff, or for giving away free future stories. So that's nothing I will promise, but if we do future drops, I will definitely, reward the ones who were early, just like we rewarded the council, the first disciples who got the free mint of this one. So that's something I definitely wanna take into account. But people hopefully are enjoying this and are like, yes, it's worth it. Let's get it.
It's brilliant. When Lambo does not have to be the goal of every NFT. You've got many more creative endeavors to come, and the idea of supporting you, can I get the animated version of some next Christmas? Who knows? But what a great use case, and I am so happy to have met you, and that you're using our tech, and you're going to help us make our tech better by having people actually use it and kick the tires. Okay, my friend.
Awesome.
Here we go. We get close this. I am so grateful that you hung out. You're in the Christmas capital of the world. What a beautiful time. I hope you have a good holiday. A frohe Weihnachten.
Thank you. Likewise. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. You know.
Yeah. Whatever you guys,
again,
whatever everybody does.
Yeah. Again, thanks so much for the invitation. It was a pleasure. Also, your support and you helping out in our Discord and being there, having me here now. Definitely appreciated. And yeah, looking forward to build more stories with you and Darkblock.
Dom, you're awesome. All right, everybody. We'll talk again next week. Support Dom. What a great idea these folks have put together.